for 7 valuable health and fitness lessons I learned in my recent 2-week vacation that I wanted to share with you here today. First off, I didn't gain a single pound during this vacation, all while enjoying my favorite foods and some alcohol beverages. As you can see here, this is my first workout back after the vacation, looking exactly the same as I did before I went on vacation. Now the thing is, I didn't go on this vacation with a goal to try to maintain my weight. I wasn't thinking about my weight or my abs at all during this vacation. I was simply following the lifestyle that I have designed for myself, doing all the things that bring the greatest joy and pleasure to my life, living my life to the fullest, and doing all the things that allow me to thrive. Now this brings us to the first lesson I learned, is that you don't need to consume in excess, eat or drink in excess, in order to have an absolutely amazing vacation. And I would argue that if you are consuming in excess, you're probably robbing yourself of having the best vacation that you possibly can. So basically what Noelle and I did that first week on vacation, we dined out quite a bit during that time. We had some sushi, we had some poke, we had like the fresh catch of the day, oftentimes at the restaurants there. And there was one evening where we had enjoyed our meal. I think I had, she might have had mahi-mahi, and no, she had a seared tuna steak. It was absolutely freaking amazing. I had mahi-mahi, and we were satisfied at that point. And then we saw the waiter come out with a key lime pie, bringing it to the next table, and it looked incredible. Actually, it's a key lime cheesecake there. And he saw it catch our attention. He's like, do you want some there? Like, yes, we absolutely want some, but we're satisfied right now, so can we get it to go? So we got that one slice of key lime pie to go. We had it the next day, and we shared it together. So again, learning to eat responsible in that situation. We wanted that food, we wanted to enjoy that experience, but we knew we wouldn't enjoy that experience to the fullest if we ate it at that point. We wouldn't be able to savor every bite like we did the following day when we were actually hungry for that and taking our time enjoying that. And if we ate that key lime pie at night, we'd feel like full, lethargic, and it probably would have a negative impact on our sleep and even how we performed earlier the next day. There was another time where we had a brownie sundae, and we just ate lighter during the day there. And the dinner meal itself was a smaller meal, less sushi than we did the previous meal, knowing that we wanted to make some room for that brownie sundae for dessert there. Now, the second week when we were in Maui, so that first week we're in Kona, the second week in Maui, there was a fish market across the street. So a lot of the times we were just grabbing fresh fish from that market and cooking it in the condo. There was absolutely freaking delicious. And again, preparing the meals in a way that's going to serve us best, eating to that point of satisfaction, pushing the plate away when we're done. The one thing when it comes to alcohol, so that first week when we were in Kona, just Noelle and I bought 16 craft beers from both the Kona and the Maui brewery there. And we only ended up having 3 in that first week. We were just so busy. I wasn't going to come home and drink just for the sake of drinking because the beers were in the fridge there. I was tired. It was time to go to bed. I know if I had a beer then, it'd probably wake me up in the middle of the night, have to pee, and just not sleep as restful there. So I didn't have it because I just didn't want it. So ended up having about 11 or 12 beers that I left there in the condo afterwards. I didn't feel obligated to drink it because I bought it, just left it for the people after me and felt good about that experience. When we were in Maui, we stayed kind of in a resort setting where my parents were staying. We stayed in their condo there. And so they had a bar. We had some of the fruity island drinks, like the lava flow was one of them that we had a couple of times there. I had a banana colada another time. But basically, have one drink when we're hanging around the pool. I'm like, do I need another drink to enjoy this experience more? Most times, like, no, I don't need to have another drink. So the most I ever had in one sitting was like 2 drinks, and that was it for me for the day. That's all I needed to fully enjoy the experience. I knew if I had any more, it would rob me of the joy from the overall experience. So you don't need to consume in excess in order to have a great vacation. Actually, it's the exact opposite. When you are consuming responsibly, fueling your body with the appropriate amount of food, it's going to allow you to thrive, feel your best, perform your best in all things that you're doing throughout that vacation there. So this leads us to the second lesson that I learned, valuable lesson I learned during this vacation, which is to view your health and fitness in the bigger picture. So when we were on the island of Kona, we went for a hike around Volcano National Park. We spent the whole day hiking around there. We hiked through one of the craters, which was a highlight of our lives there. It wasn't like a challenging hike. It was just a lot of walking throughout the day. But on the island of Maui, we went to Mount Haleakala. There was a hike. It was like a 7-hour hike that you start at 8,000 feet. and you descend down 1,000 feet to 7,000 feet to the floor of the crater, and you walk across that crater, around and across that crater, and then you got to go up 3,000 feet in elevation to get to the summit, which is 10,023 feet there. Highlight of our lives, like one of the best freaking experiences we've ever had in our lives. And during that 7-hour hike, it's near the beginning of that hike, whereas I was descending down to the crater floor there, I was telling Noelle, like, this is what matters most to me. Like, I want to be able to do these things when I'm in my 50s, 60s. I'm 48 right now, 50s isn't far away, but 60s, 70s, basically for the rest of my life. I want to be able to have adventures like this for the rest of my life. I had a great role model, one of my clients, Bill Wilson, 95 years young, trained him right up until his final days there. And in his 90s, went to Japan, and he was able to climb up the steps, the temples, to the very top. If he didn't have his strength, endurance, and all that stuff to get to the top, he wouldn't have been able to enjoy Japan to the fullest had he been less able-bodied. So during this hike, 7.5-hour hike is about 3.5 hours into the hike, very quietly coming across very few people on this hike. It's a long one. And we came across this couple from North Carolina in their late 60s and incredible shape. And they were talking about how they're at their condo resort. All the other people their age are like struggling to get around. They're basically confined to their beach chairs there. And of course, they're just drinking and eating and all that stuff, but just not experiencing the island to its fullest. Now, this couple here, they've been active for a very long time. They have been hiking together for a very long time. They look more avid hikers than I am myself. They had the gear and all that kind of stuff, but just they were great role models for me. Like seeing, all right, 60s and 70s, they were with some other people who were in their 70s, being able to experience this island to the fullest, doing these adventures to this fullest. So really looking at the big picture, what's it going to take for me to be able to continue with these incredible life experiences? Definitely maintaining my strength is going to be absolutely huge. Maintaining my balance, improving upon my balance is going to be huge. Cardiovascular endurance is going to be huge. Just doing everything I can, like protecting my joints so I can get up and down there. It's one of my dad's biggest struggles right now, his knees, arthritis in his knees. He spent a lot of time down on the ground and probably not doing the best things for his knees. So really doing all the things I can do to protect my joints, my body, so I can do these adventures to this fullest. And this brings me to the lesson number 3, valuable lesson number 3 from this trip, is that life it's about experiences. It's not about stuff or possessions. It's more or less about shared experiences more than anything. Like sharing these experiences with my daughter that first week, and my daughter, my parents that second week, was absolutely freaking priceless. So that first week we swam with sea turtles a few times. We, again, like I said, walked around Volcano National Park, spent a whole day hiking there. We snorkeled with the manta rays. Oh man, it was an adventure that first week there. The second week, we caught a sunrise at the summit, Mount Haleakala. We drove up there, went some stargazing, like those priceless moments. I love sunrises and sunsets. It's the simple things in life that really bring the greatest joy to me, and be able to share that experience with my daughter, with my parents, was absolutely amazing there. That volcano was a huge life experience for me as well, hiking across that. The final day that we were there, we're sitting on the balcony watching the whales breach in the ocean in front of us there. And there was a mom and a baby that came up super close to us. And we're like, holy smokes, they're getting closer and closer to the beach here. I heard my dad say, like, oh no, imagine being able to swim out there. And she's like, well, I would do it. I would do that, Poppy. And then she is, Dad, do you want to go out there? I'm like, they're still a little bit far away. Let's just watch them from here. But then they got closer. We looked at each other, grabbed their snorkels. We swam out there after the whales, and we got within feet of this mom and baby. It was the most exhilarating adrenaline rush I have ever experienced. But it just goes to show life is about experience. And there's experience. If it wasn't her, I'm not so sure I would have swam out there after the whales. Maybe not. But just that shared experience with my daughter, and then having my parents recording us from the balcony down there, just sharing that experience together, it really brought us closer. It was an incredibly bonding experience. And in the gym, there was one workout in Kona where it was a rainy morning. We're like, all right, let's go find a local gym here and get in a great workout. It was such a fun experience. It's something that we have bonded over in the past, and just had an incredible time in there, making the most out of our time. It was the only time we worked out during this trip, and that really brings me to the valuable lesson number 4, I think that is, where you're not going to lose all your gains if you don't work out on vacation. So basically, 16 days of travel there, took a day to get there, a day to get back. I didn't work out the day before. So it's like in 17 days, I only got in one workout. I don't look any different afterwards just doing one workout during that time. So I didn't lose my gains. The first workout back, didn't lose any of my strength, just basically picked right up where I left off there. So don't be afraid to take a break from your training when you're on vacation. Do more fun activities. You're gonna have your whole lifetime to work out. Work out if you want to enjoy the different gym. Like we had a blast trying a different gym there, but don't feel like you have to work out to maintain your gains during that process. You're gonna be just fine if you don't get in there. Do it if you feel like it's going to help with your joints and just feel better and move better. But again, I would rather do other activities during that time, make full advantage of that. But again, that is it's just me there. The other valuable lesson I learned, lesson number 5, is that everything happens for a reason. We just came to be a theme throughout our entire trip there, that every time we experience like a challenge or a setback or whatever, it always led to something that was an even better experience there. And I find that often happens with our body transformations. Whenever we experience a setback or a challenge, it happens for a reason. So you can learn from that experience, grow from that experience, and it leads to an even better life for yourself. So there was one instance where I ended up coming across a post watching my buddy Mike Howard, fellow colleague here in the industry, a fellow fitness coach. This is the second time I've seen him in the past 8 months there. He lives in Vancouver, so I saw him during my last trip to there. So I saw him post a picture. I'm like, dude, are you on the big island of Hawaii? Like I remember us both talking about, we were planning trips to Hawaii this year, but I didn't realize it was like the exact same time. And he's like, yeah, but we leave tomorrow. Today we're supposed to go, 2 days or whatever. So tomorrow we're supposed to go on a manta ray excursion. I'm like, oh my God, we're booked for a manta ray excursion as well. It was 2 different companies, 2 different times. We were gonna try to meet up somehow between, but it wasn't looking so good there. The next day we ended up getting a cancellation for that manta ray tour, for mine and his, because there was high winds. So we're like, all right, the tour is canceled, let's get together. And ended up having the opportunity to meet his girlfriend. He got to meet my daughter, had an incredible conversation, shared our experience. So again, it's a shared experience together. Just absolutely freaking wonderful. But there's so many instances throughout our trip where we thought to ourselves, like, holy smokes, if this didn't happen, it would have never led to this amazing opportunity, this incredible experience. So always, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So whenever setbacks or challenges present themselves, I always look at it, I don't get down about it. I'm like, I get excited for it. What is this going to lead to? Like, why is this happening? Because it's going to lead to something even better for me. Another lesson that we learned throughout this process is the importance of sleep. We definitely prioritize sleep. I kept my same sleep-wake schedule, but mainly because we're just exhausted after the day, just really living our lives to the fullest, doing all the things that bring great joy and pleasure to our lives. Like, we're in bed sleeping before 9:30 just about every single day. And just keeping that consistent sleep-wake pattern really allowed us to give the best of ourselves to all that we were doing throughout the day. The other valuable lesson that I learned is supplementation. Like, I never bring supplements with me when I'm on vacation. I always kind of consider it an interesting experiment. See how do I really need these supplements in my life, or can I do without them? Well, first yoga session back, first 2 yoga sessions back after the vacation, I was cramping up during the entire thing. And that was my norm before increasing my supplementation with magnesium and zinc. So as soon as I got back up to increasing my magnesium and zinc intake, no more cramping when it comes to the yoga practice and the gym there. So really having that heightened sense of awareness to how supplementation impacts me, knowing that, and it's, again, these are just the bare bones vitamins and minerals that can have a positive impact on my body, not trying to consume like the whole kitchen sink when it comes to supplementation, but really recognizing that when I'm living my life to the fullest, even with a high quality diet, consuming mostly whole, natural, nutrient rich foods, sleeping well and all that stuff, I still need to provide my body with some extra supplementation in order to feel my best, perform my best, function at my best. So those are the 7 valuable lessons that I learned from this recent 2-week vacation. I hope you found value in hearing these lessons that I gained here. I really look forward to hearing your feedback. So please take a moment to drop it down in the comment section below, share thoughts, share insights, share your feedback, share what you typically do on vacation, any lessons that you've learned from vacation. Are you someone who typically does go overboard? And are you going to try to improve upon that in the future so you can gain even greater joy from your vacation experience? So we really look forward to hearing your insights. If you enjoyed today's video, please do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. And don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. I'll include a link down below in the description and the first pinned comment. Have yourself an amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.